Because of the civil unrest that occurs in many African countries from time to time, the African continent has some of the most protected presidents in the world. In this video, we are going to explore the top 10 most protected presidents in Africa. These presidents have the most impressive security details protecting them and their families all the time, whether at home or when out on official duties. Without further ado, here are the top 10 most protected presidents in Africa. Welcome to another session on Africarized, where we discuss African history, facts, stories, and future. Kindly subscribe to our channel and like this video. Let's dive in. Mamadi Doumbouya is the current president of the Republic of Guinea. Just at the age of 43, Doumbouya is the second youngest president in Africa after Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso. He became the president through a military coup in 2021 that overthrew the government of Alpha Condé. Being a military officer himself and having gotten into power through a coup, Mamadi knows exactly how to protect himself so he doesn't suffer the same fate as his predecessor. Museveni is the current ruling president of the Republic of Uganda. Museveni rose to this most powerful position in 1986, which means he has been in power for 37 good years. Before he became the president, Museveni was also a military officer and a leader of a Bush rebel group. Being a former military officer and being in power for this long, he knows exactly how to arrange his security and gather a team of loyal military men around him who cannot betray him. He has therefore surrounded himself with loyal military officers who follow his orders to the letter, including his own son, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the current ruling president of the Republic of Nigeria, after being elected into this most powerful position in the country in May 2023. After being sworn in as the president, he inherited a strong security system, including the State Security Service and allied units tasked with protecting the country's most senior political figures, including the president and his family. A motorcade of 8 vehicles normally surrounds his automobile, and he can even double his security detail depending on where he's going. Ibrahim Traore is the current interim president of the Republic of Burkina Faso. At just 35 years old, he is the youngest president in the world. He rose to this most powerful position through a military coup. Before he became the president, he held the position of captain in the military rank, the same position that was held by Thomas Sankara before he became the president. Traore became most popular during the Russia-Africa summit, with his strong statements against the West and African leaders who are perceived as puppets of the West. Ever since he became the president, his main agenda has been to drive France out of Burkina Faso's minds, which hasn't sat well with France and the West. His security has therefore been beefed up to protect him from any foreign threats because he's a loved president at home. Music. Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa is the current ruling president of the Republic of South Africa. South Africa is the second biggest economy in Africa after Nigeria, making the president a very important person in the country. President Cyril Ramaphosa's security details were exposed recently when he was visiting Russia on a peacekeeping mission. While they were held up at an airport in Poland, 12 containers containing weapons and other security equipment meant for his protection were refused clearance to unload. His security team was also forbidden from exiting the aircraft. William Ruto, the current president of the Republic of Kenya, was elected to this most powerful position in the country in September 2022. His predecessor, Uhuru Kenyatta, who was regarded as one of the most guarded presidents in Africa, left him with an excellent security detail. The motorcade that drives the president is arguably one of the most extravagant, with 12 SUVs surrounding the president's automobile on all sides, and 15 motorcycles driving in a wedge-shaped convoy. His vehicle is an armored Toyota Land Cruiser, and the other cars in his motorcade are similarly very powerful. When inside or outside the car, he is shielded from every angle. Emmerson Mnangagwa is the current ruling president of the Republic of Zimbabwe, having been re-elected as the president in the recent elections held in the country. Mnangagwa also became the president of Zimbabwe through a military coup that brought to an end the 30-year rule of Robert Mugabe. Since he came into power through a military coup, Mnangagwa is very careful to avoid suffering the same fate as Robert Mugabe. Every time Mnangagwa makes a public appearance, he uses strict security measures to keep people at a safe distance. He has about 50 bodyguards, all dressed in black suits and carrying briefcases that appear to be filled with automatic weapons. Paul Kagame has been the president of the Republic of Rwanda since 2000. He is one of the most heavily guarded presidents in Africa. Before becoming president, Kagame was also a military officer and leader of the Rwandan Patriotic Front, a rebel group that brought an end to the devastating genocide in Rwanda. As a military officer, Kagame's security is very tight and well-trained. Since becoming president, Kagame has massively transformed the economic landscape of Rwanda, making it the cleanest country in Africa and one of the most developed on the continent. The president is normally driven around in an armored Range Rover Sentinel and a motorcade of 12 vehicles. Alassane Ouattara is the current ruling president of the Republic of Ivory Coast. Ouattara is known to be one of the most protected presidents in Africa, as he came into power on the back of a conflict. Many still believe that he got into power with the help of France. He travels to international summits in a black Mercedes-Benz S-Class that has 2 engines and is armored. His motorcade, which consists of up to 20 vehicles, includes buses, vans, Humvees and Range Rovers, and never leaves him unprotected. Finally, topping our list of the most protected presidents in Africa is Paul Biya. Paul Biya is the ruling president of the Republic of Cameroon, having been in power for 40 years. Biya is the second longest-serving African president after Teodoro Obiang of Equatorial Guinea, who has been in power for 43 years. Having been in office for so long, the Cameroonian president is always cautious about threats to his rule. He has therefore accumulated a very strong and trusted security detail that offers maximum security and assurance. And with that, we come to the end of this episode on the most protected presidents in Africa. If you found this video informative, be sure to like, share and subscribe as I bring you more information on the African continent, its people and its culture.